I pledge allegiance to myself to reach my goals and gain my wealth. If any obstacle in my way, I take a breath and then I slay. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Pink Lee. Thanks for tapping in for Words of Wisdom, the Power of the D series. Today we will be discussing the power of dedication. What does it mean to be dedicated to something? Tell me what you know about allegiance to your goal, allegiance to your dream. You're dedicated, you are completely devoted to that task and to that purpose. And whatever that may be, whatever that may look like for you, that's what you're devoted to. That means you are willing to put everything into that. There's nothing that's going to stop you. And there's two major keys to success that we've discussed in other Words of Wisdom. I'll actually link those in the description box below. But we talked about the power of sacrificing and the power of being consistent, right? Consistency and sacrifice. Those are pretty much what dedication is summed up to be. Honestly, when you really look at it, those are two major keys to success that lead into this major key of success. So you always have to make sure you're dedicated. When we talk about dedication, there's so many examples of people being dedicated. We see these single moms who got their master's degree as, you know, and they had barely any help, and they made these sacrifices and they were consistent and they made it through. So I think people like that are the true key examples of dedication, because people like that are put in this corner and they don't know what they're gonna do, but they know what they want to do, right? So they dedicate themselves and they put everything they've got into this purpose, this task, and they end up making it happen. And it's a beautiful thing once it's done the right way. So we can take a page out of their book when we want to think about someone in terms of putting things to mind. You can literally Google that, a bunch of articles come up. They're very inspiring if you're ever feeling like, how do I dedicate myself more to my goal or more to my dream? Like, that's what you need to think about, those types of things, right? So another thing that you have to understand, if you're not ready to dedicate yourself 100%, then you need to reevaluate your goal and where you want to be, right? Because if you can't put everything into what you have and what you want to do, then maybe you don't want it as bad as you think. You have to understand that it takes so much, it takes a lot out of you. So you can't be committed to somebody else's dream and your dream at the same time, right? You can't go to work for 20 million hours a day, work for these people, make them a bunch of money, and you come home and you're burnt out. You can't do it. You got to be dedicated enough to know how to make the funds so you can work less there or not work at all, and you can put everything and be self-sufficient in that way. Or you need to find a way to get more right. You need to figure it out. There's plenty of ways to figure it out, but you got to figure it out, because you got to give 100% to your goal to make it happen. You can't put 85 in because you're only going to get 85 out, probably less than that. You got to put 100 in to get 100 out. So you have to be dedicated. All right, thank you guys so much for tapping into the Power of the D series. I will see y'all next week for our final episode. Duh.